Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? This weekend I was watching one of the regional championships and I saw one of the coolest different Boros decks we've seen this season. And honestly, I'm probably going to wreck this playing it, but it does a ton of stuff. So let's talk about it. So starting out, credit goes to Cody Hall, who was the player who registered this deck. But overall, this looks like a fun pile of cards. So it starts with Lightstall Inquisitor. Obviously, you want to remove something from opponent's hand, slow them down a little bit. Does have some Burst Lightning, which I like, just a cool removal spell, and hit your opponent later. Airbender Ascension. Now, this actually is pretty key to the deck, considering how many ways we have to like blink stuff and replay things and whatnot. There is a Charming Prince, so that we can blink something else and get an extra effect out of it, but also could help us scry or gain life as necessary. Some Get Lost for some quality removal. One Lore Hold Charm, which is pretty interesting. So each opponent sacrifices a non-artifact token of their choice, so it's a way to just get rid of an artifact. You can return an artifact or creature card, mana value 2 or less, from your graveyard to the battlefield. We have a couple of those, so that could be useful. And then creatures you control gain +1/+1 and trample until end of turn. So good work on a just kill shot. Then we have Aven Interrupter, obviously very good if we want to blink this out and do other things with it, but honestly just stopping big powerful spells. Enduring Innocence, if we are blinking some of our creatures, we get to draw an extra card. Kutzel's Flanker. This is one that can remove graveyards, it can get bigger, it can scry, it can do a bunch of different things for us. And then a card you probably don't know what it is, but you probably have them in your collection, Practice Scrollsmith. This is a 3-mana 3/2 first striker, but when it enters, you exile target non-creature, non-land card from your graveyard. Then until end of your next turn, you can cast that card. So basically another way to just replay stuff out of the yard. And Suspend Aggression. So this is an instant speed 3-mana spell, exile target non-land permanent, and the top card of your library. Then for each of those cards, its opponent may play it until the end of the next turn. So you can use this to get something out of the way if you want to, but you could also just reuse one of your own cards and play the thing off the top of the library. So we'll see how this all goes, all paired with Avatar's Wrath, because if you get to bounce all your stuff that has a bunch of ETBs and other fun stuff, obviously that's totally fine. So yeah, how good is this? We don't know. But what I do know is if you're going to buy Magic cards and you want to save 5% off the order, use my code DRAGON, DRAGN, over at Tales of Adventure. It's TOAmagic.com. But more importantly, maybe you'd want to sell some cards to them instead of buy stuff. Well, if you're going to be at any of these events in the month of June, bring your cards. They'll give you piles of money for them, and you don't even have to stick them in the mail. It's actually super convenient. But all right, let's go see if we can pilot this weird pile of Boros cards. Okay, we'll try to do something with this. Yeah, this is definitely a weird deck. I'll tell you that. But it's got interesting interactions, which is why I wanted to feature it. And what'd they put? Just a land. A lot of times land is the right answer. Alright. Let's hit him with another Inquisitor. It feels like, maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like as we play the games with the turn 1 Inquisitor are probably going to feel so significantly better than the ones without. But we'll see if that's correct or not. Because, like, even here, we can just, like, blink an Inquisitor. Which is what I'm going to do. We just say, like, hey, if we can, we try to slow down all the cards. Put as many things on ice as we can. Because you can't just put lands there forever. Eventually, you're going to need your 4th or 5th land to enter the battlefield untapped. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. Alright, they put a Hydra over there. We're not mad to see that. Though I would like some untapped land of our own. Oh, it's because you have 2 Hydras. Well, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay. Tifa. And something. Alright. Fortunately, Tifa just pumps power, not toughness, and it's only till end of turn. So, I guess we just attack. And if they just let it through, then we fire off the Lorehold's Charm. I mean, we're probably doing it anyway, even if they block something here, right? Alright, well. Does this work? I mean, they could have a fight spell. Alright, well, that's 9. With Trample. Here comes the fight spell. I mean, I could have played defensively and just left up Aven Interrupter as well. So if we lose, we lose. I'm okay with that. I mean, they're obviously going to do something. What's the plan? Oh, all that for nothing? Okay, cool. We're going first, but this doesn't really do anything. This one's much better. Inquisitor. Using the old school sleeves for Strixhaven. That's cool. Alright, they set aside a Krang. Wow. Okay, I don't know what we're up against, but I'm sure Krang's not good for us. Let's... Whoa! I should have... Dang it. I meant to attack first. Ah, well. We missed out on 2 points. I was so enamored with their Krang. Alright. And a Magitech Infantry. Sure. Drone? Sounds good. Hey, that's perfect. Attack for 4. And exile this little guy. This is just taxing everything. Now, if we could get one of our interrupters, all these things cost a lot more, and it's hard for the opponent to do anything. All right. You have an infantry, and we have nothing going on with this hand. I think it's worth it to just get rid of this, as stupid as this sounds, and just keep attacking. I'm wondering why Krang is in there. Like, what trickery do you have that makes Krang worthwhile? Well, we got Xaxes, even without that 2 points we missed. Sure. We're playing all defense here, but why not? Mortuary. Oh, if this is a Reanimator pile, we could be in trouble. Yep, yep. Okay, it's not the traditional Reanimator, so that's good, I guess. Take our turn. We're going to need another white land very quickly. Alright. Studious first year is good. Yep, and you get to go find a land. Alright, well, we're officially in trouble. This is not good. Also, being real, Studious First here is not the card we want to be, like, bouncing. It's kind of bad for business. Yep, you got it. I mean, you just wait to play the Faithful till you have a turn where you can actually cast it and crack it, which would make sense. Yeah, don't really know what we're gonna do. I don't even know that we need to waste that. I think we're just up against it. Like, even if we get white mana, yeah, we're basically dead, right? I mean, I guess not totally. Let's call Restless Cottage. Yeah, that's the black-green one. Let's pass. At least we could deal with whatever gets reanimated, I guess. So it's not the end of the world. At least for a turn. Yep, you got it. There's nothing I'm doing. Yep. Yep, draw your card. Because it's not like I can do anything about it. This isn't even a good Reanimator deck. And we're just struggling. Come on, deck. Some help, please. Oh my, you know what? At least we could play this if necessary. All right. I mean, they know we have access to a Get Lost again, but like, it is what it is. Yeah, no second white mana has been real rough this game. We'd be in a much easier position right now. Probably could have been plus a card or two. Could have been a good time. Could have been a good time. All right, well, we don't have anything else to do anyway, so I'm glad we did that. Best turn. Gonna zombify something next. I mean, for all we know, they might just have a bunch of creature removal waiting on us to do something as well. Thing is, at this stage, if we could get an untapped land, we might be able to just, or white source, I mean, we might be able to just keep a bunch of stuff off the opponent. All right, what you got? Turn a creature mana to... Oh, you're not even returning the Deuter? I would have probably returned Valgavoss Faithful. Do you not have anything else to get? Oh, there's an Armagon in there. All right. If we somehow come back in this one, it's going to be miraculous. We're trying to hang tight, though. Okay. You also need just one more say its name, I think. All right, let's just get rid of Ral. Objection. You can object all you want, Ral. I'm out of words. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. It won't even have anything to get because this guy costs 3, not 2. Golly, this is miserable. We can't even activate the Quarry Monastery because we're a land short. Like, yeah, we're just cooked. Like, we got nothing. This is bad. You know what? You have a Dalian Fel, man. At this point, they could just gain life and then minus, and we'd have been in bad shape. Come on, Dak. Help me out. Finally, we can do something. Sadly, now we're in a situation where we kind of just have to leave up Aven Interrupters. Alright. Finally we get to do something. Would you like to destroy an Aven Interrupter? They would. I ain't mad at that. Let me tell you. Okay, that's something. We'll pass. I'm sure all those cards in their hand are creature removal. Whoa! Maybe not. There's a Quilled Great Worm. What the hell? Alright, well, that's a thing that happened. They can gain life. Again, just make it hard for us to deal with Delian Fel. Which, reasonable. Okay. We're going to go after the Professor. What do? We have more white mana now, so... Are we Charming Princing just to scry? I guess so. At this stage, a couple more creatures is probably helpful. Ugh, I do kind of want one planes. I don't want them both, though. Because that could allow us to play Innocence and something. Though, we're likely... You know what? Maybe we didn't, because we're just going to cast Interrupter right now. With whatever they try to do, Interrupter's coming in. Right? So we could have got rid of that planes, actually. This has turned out to be a long game. I am so sorry, y'all. Alright, so if we make the Valgavoss faithful... What can you even get? Just Altenac? You know what? I'll bite. I'm your Huckleberry. Sure. Because now it costs 4. And, I mean, unfortunately, we know it's on top of our library, so we can't get that back. Oh, Terror Tide. Of course. Why would they have anything else? Alright, well now we can give them the GGs, right? Yeah, and then you just play the Overlord, right? Because that should be castable now. There you go. Okay, cool. We shouldn't have been in this game anyway, so good job, opponent. I mean, I guess if we get these draws, then the deck does stuff. Can't be that upset, I suppose. You know, if this is the Counterspell or Flash deck, making all their stuff cost more is kind of big business. That's fun. Let's attack. I will attempt to play a Charming Prince. Oh, they don't have anything. Great. Let's exile this. Alright, so it's a spell-heavy deck, because there's a Boomerang Basics. Stock up, sure. So is this just the typical get a bunch of things in our graveyard, blah, 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 whatever deck? If so, this Cutzel's Flanker could be pretty big. Because you remove the things in their yard, their spells get a lot more expensive. Man, if we'd had another white land, we'd be able to play Lightstall Inquisitor, ooh, that'd have been a good turn. Summon Leviathan. Oh, the opponent's doing all the bounce things. Okay. I see you, opponent. So here's what we're going to do. Because I have a feeling there's an... Oh, there wasn't. Oh, I was thinking there was going to be whatever, the thing that makes you bounce your attackers. But I was obviously wrong. Brush off? Sure. Seems reasonable. This deck, I think, just needs more white lands. While there are red spells, and there's not that many to where it feels like we need this much red mana. That thing doesn't have ward or anything, right? Well, we can always just target the token anyway. Go attacking. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6. Eluge. You got it. More free spells or whatever? Wow. No white lands to speak of. That's tough. Hopefully they don't have anything. I mean, if they have a spell counter, we're in bad shape, right? But we still got to try. I mean, there's no way this is resolving. Yeah, I kind of saw that coming. All right. Sure, you got it. We take 6. 7. I guess they just have something for 3 that bounces our creatures. So I'm not sure what else they're doing. I mean, it could be 2 free spells, I guess. Yeah, there's a bounce off, sure. And then they just take 2. Why'd you attack there? Look, this is one of those situations where we gotta win, but we didn't deserve to win. I couldn't even cast, like, the relevant card in my hand. Like, I don't know. Like, we gotta win, but we basically won with 3 creatures for the most part. Like, we didn't do a whole lot this game. I mean, I guess we keep this. Freebooter. Well, anything that plays Freebooter, gonna be up to shenanigans, which I'm okay with. If you lose to shenanigans, so be it. And then they're gonna sack it to draw? Nope, they're gonna Deep Cavern Bat. Well, we have a removal card and we can't do anything else next turn unless we draw an untapped land. Yep, that's the card to take. Hey, at least we found something to do. So that's not the worst. I mean, I still think we're in bad shape. Don't get me wrong. And I knew the risk keeping this hand, so I can't even be bothered by it. Like, this is totally on me. Just, do we get there or not? Also, they kind of know our hand now, so it's like, they don't want us to have the Inquisitor with the Charming Prince and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, all right. You know what we're doing now. Slasher. Okay, well, I guess I'll do the only thing reasonable that we can do. And then attack. I mean, we're kind of just hanging on right now. Too bad this doesn't give your creatures first strike. Trample's nice and all, but not necessarily what we're looking for. Okay, well, I could scry. I could get a card, or this does not feel great. All right, pass the turn. All right, thought they might have had a removal spell or something. So what do we got going on? I mean, we're really just going to try to flash in the flanker. We're going to scry, gain some life. Hope to find a 4th untapped land. Maybe Avatar's Wrath. And then start building from there, I think. It's kind of our only real plan. Maybe there's a world where the best plan is just play Charming Prince. Well, now it's not. Alright, well. We will scry and gain some life. There are lands in 2. Okay, a backup Avatar's Wrath. Sure. Let's block. Okay. Let's try an Avatar's Wrath, which slows them down for a second. We know there's another Avatar's Wrath, but here's the problem. If they play Deep Cavern Bat first, which they might, well, I guess it doesn't matter. We have a Burst Lightning, so we're probably okay. Maybe. We have a long way to go in this one, y'all. But this is how this deck feels to me, though. It's like we're grinding, and you never really can tell if you're ahead or not. It's such an awkward feeling to be caught in. All right, so this is for anything that went to the graveyard that turn. I mean, I would trade for that. Like, if you're willing to trade, I'm willing to trade. Because that creature benefits them way more than it benefits us. And this have to be used as a sorcery? No, it's anytime. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Okay, are we scrying or are we going to risk... I feel like they still have a Requiting Hex or something, and they're just choosing not to use it. So I'm just going to scry. Yeah, there's still a bunch of pauses. They're like, they have something they can do. They're just choosing not to do it. I'm going to leave it Get Lost. As much as I'd want it to be a creature, I think I'm okay with that. Alright, what order do you wish to deploy everything, opponent? I think the only thing we're really concerned about is the Deep Cavern Bat. Maybe if they kill something with Harvester, we would want to get rid of Harvester, but that would probably be all. Okay, our turn. Still in the situation... Oh, see, here's the problem now. Because they'll be able to play the Deep Cavern Bat next turn. So do we want to just get rid of the Burst Lightning? We might actually need it to go upstairs, too. Alright, I'm just going to take my turn. I told y'all from the beginning, there's going to be a lot of ugly decisions with this deck, and I don't know if I'm getting any of them right. Y'all are just going to have to bear with me. Alright, let's try again. Yeah, I don't know how we're getting out of this at any stage. We're kind of just cycling the same cards and not really getting ahead. And for the first time, I actually kind of want another red mana. Alright, they went with Slasher. I'm assuming we found a land. Nope, we're going Freebooter. Okay. Okay. Those are things. Well... What happens if we, like, exile this dude and then we just play an Inquisitor? Does that matter? If we Inquisitor Charming Prince, does that matter? I'm just trying to figure out, like, how do we punch through is the problem. Like, we have the Lorehold's Charm, but that just doesn't feel like enough right now. I think I'm going to just play... Charming Prince and leave up appropriate removal. And I'm going to exile this. And we'll just get our required triggers on... Actually, you know what? Maybe we just play the other one too. Man, where's our bird? That would make all this stuff impossible to play right now. That's what we need. Yeah, we'll just go with this. And then whatever the last card is now hard to play. Oh, I forgot. We had another one entering already. Forgot about the one we had exiled. Dumb mistake on my part. I should have scryed or gained life with the Charming Prince. Really silly error. Having 2 Ascensions going right now would be peak for sure. What would you like to play? Opponent has a lot going on. Oh, Undying Malice. That's not great. They don't know about our Get Lost, but still. What are they going to try to do? I'm kind of half hoping... Oh, it's a new Deep Cavern Bat. No. Yeah, it is. Alright. Well, we already know what we got to do. We were sort of priced into that from the beginning. I mean, we'll block and block. Seems fine. Red land would be awesome. Okay. I would prefer not take 2 damage for it, but beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. Alright. Let's off this Bloodletter. End of turn. Let's blink the Prince. Let's scry. Whoa. Alright. We're past the point of needing all that. Pass the turn. Okay, a Deep Cavern Bat. Is this until... For each of those, the owner may cast it till end of the next turn. Alright, well, I guess we'll just use this on the Slasher. Because why not? And it gets us access to a card. And they can just have the Lorehold Charm. Like, it's unfortunate, but fine. I could have cast the Charm at instant speed and got back, like, Inquisitor, but doesn't really do much. Neither does that Sacred Foundry. That's a bummer. Really would have liked something else there. Yeah, we're in a bit of trouble, folks. We need some of our flyers. We need something. I may have to just start using the lands to pump the team. I don't know. But then that makes blinking not so good. So yeah, just a lot of problems we're trying to solve. Yep, and there's the other Slasher, as expected. You are not great. You know? Just not great. Yeah, I think it's worth taking too, unfortunately. No attacks. In the turn. Problem here is, are we scrying or just gaining 3? And can we win if we don't gain 3? Actually, do we die if we don't gain 3? No, we don't die. Alright, let's scry. Another Charming Prince. Oh, man. I think we just have to dig to the next thing. I don't think we have enough time to mess around with another Prince. I think we're just dead, truthfully. This is, sadly, how I think some of these games are just going to end up, no matter what you do. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll do the only thing we can do. Block, block. Actually, I'm not even going to block that way. I'm going to block with the 2 Inquisitors. Like, do what you must. Save a guy, do whatever. I don't know. They're going to return anyway. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. And play your other guy. Yeah, you might as well. We're only at 8. Yep, and a land is going to put the nail in our coffin. 3, 4, 5. We know we're out of Avatar's Wraths. Yeah, there's really nothing else we can do. We're at 3. Yeah, opponent gets this one. GG's. Like, we just didn't do anything that whole game. We just cycled through the same cards. Okay. Sure, we're going to keep this. And just hope this doesn't blow up in our face. Alright, well, I guess we're just going to do this in Scry, because why not? Well, we like both of those, actually. Okay, Slick Shot, show off. Welcome back. Seam Rip is a thing. Alright, let's just return that, make them pay for it again next turn. I guess I should have put these in the other order, because I could have put this down and not taken damage this turn. I mean, not that it greatly matters, because not like our hand's doing a whole lot either way. So I guess it doesn't matter. We'll just get a creature down. And then hope to draw something good, or we're probably dead. Or close to it anyway. We're only at 16. Yep, shelter works. Oh, not even going after our dude. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't mind another answer. Would be good. I might gain some life in Scry. I guess that's not worthless. This is they exile an artifact, return a thing which we don't have, or get bonus and trample. Alright, just attacking. In the turn. Opponent has a lot of mana. There are tons of ways this could go badly. Starts like that. Alright. Let's scry and gain life. Oh, I'll take both of those, actually. That's good stuff. Does this help us? Not really. We'll block. Nothing? I'm here for it. So, do you have something that protects against get lost? That's the question. But either way, we're attacking. Because who knows? They might. But if they don't, we get rid of the Slick Shot. We wouldn't be able to bounce that. That's unfortunate. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter that much. This is just like, if you have the thing, you have the thing. What are we going to do about it? I mean, no point. We'll submit 0 because we can't pay for the aerialist anyway. We need to pay 2. Yeah, let's try to attack. We can exile a non-creature, non-land card. So, yeah, let's go for it. Alright, in the turn. In a pinch, it's also a tricky spot where we could, like, get rid of Seam Rip, get our dude back, you know. Sure? Like, yeah, I guess that's a thing. What else are we doing? Ethereal armor. So it's going to be 6. Yeah, alright. I mean, then they're just shields down. But we have to deal 4 to get rid of it now, right? Well, there's an untapped land on top, right? Oh, that's actually slightly better. Not what I was thinking we needed at all, team. So what happens, right? If we get rid of shelter, then we could pay 2 and still bounce this. So let's do that first. Let's not blow up everything. Let's get rid of shelter, because that gets rid of 2 of the ward points. Then we target this, and then we'll pay the ward. Also, we don't need to get greedy on the Avatar's Wrath, right? We don't have to be impatient. We're currently in the advantage position, so just let it ride. Alright. That's the thing we now know exists. Opponent is at 7. We get to attack for 6. Alright, well now we may have to just use our Avatar's Wrath. Only Cutzel's in our graveyard. Alright. I don't particularly love that, but kind of just is what it is, you know? Alright, so the only thing we can get is the get lost, so I mean, we'll cast it for the 3rd time this game. Lightning. Okay, cool. That's actually some good news. The opponent's on the defensive a little bit now, so we do like that. So we could Enduring Innocence scroll. Now, honestly, if we're going to do anything, let's get rid of this. And then we will just gain 3, I think. Oh, I did that backwards. I could have got a card. I wasn't even thinking. There's so many little interactions in this pile, man. All right. Cool. End the turn. Okay, cool. Wow. Yeah, I played that turn very terribly, but I should have played the Innocence first, got rid of that, got our guy back, drawn a card, then just see what happens. But yeah, overall, kind of happy considering opponent had a slick shot challenger start with all the right cards, and somehow we didn't lose that. This man, okay, let's talk about the deck, because it feels like there's a lot to discuss on this thing. Yeah, okay, so first off, let's start with just the general feelings on the deck. I think conceptually it's really cool, but it also feels a lot like the first version of the thing it's trying to do, right? Because, like, sure, Suspend Aggression's kind of neat and can get stuff out of the way and maybe let us blink some stuff, but is there more value in some bigger cards that do some blinking effects, or get an ability when something enters the battlefield, or an arc that can play stuff out of the graveyard and gain life, or whatever, right? It feels like there's a lot of potential pieces we could play. Additionally, this needs some more white sources, because we had multiple games where we just couldn't even cast our double white Interrupter, and this card's way too important to not be able to cast on turn 3 and 4. So I would even cut a couple of the mountains in the final list and play a couple of, I don't know, maybe Multiversal Passage, maybe Starting Towns, like, but something, right? It needs an extra thing. Yeah, Inspiring Vantage. I thought this was still legal. This deck doesn't even play that. So, yeah, there's some decisions totally that I think need to be made to help the draws just a little bit more. Not a ton more, but a little bit. Other than that, I don't know. This is fun. The interactions are very neat. But honestly, it just felt like we were coin flipping our matches on whether we were going to win or lose, you know, and there was no consistent way to even get a feel for what was good or bad. So you're just way deep in the game and played a ton of cards and used a bunch of interactions to be like, oh, I guess I did all that and then I'm not doing anything. Or you kind of just did all your little things and then your opponent was just dead, right? So it's a very interesting deck in that regard. But I do like it. I think it's got a lot of cool stuff going on. Maybe it needs another Airbender Ascension, so you could just kind of get that going a little bit sooner. I don't know. This is a tough one to figure out. Like, the Lorehold's Charm as a one-of was kind of neat, so I don't hate it, because we did use it, I think, to win one time, but also there's a lot of times where it doesn't do a lot, right? Because we can return an Inquisitor, we can return a Charming Prince, right? Because it's just creature artifacts, we don't have any artifacts. So we really only have technically 8 cards we could return, but 2 different ones. So I don't even know if it's worth it in that regard, but I don't know. Again, really interesting deck. Not upset that I played it at all. I think it's cool. I think this is a deck that we could build on. Maybe going into next season, if we see 1 or 2 cool blink cards from Marvel superheroes, then you come back to this deck and be like, oh, I know exactly the deck those cards can go in. But yeah, either way, this link's going to be up over on Moxfield. Remember the changes that I discussed on the lands especially. But that's all of you for now. We'll see you next time.